The Wrestling Chronicles.
They say wrestling is scripted, but there was nothing fake about the tears in Montreal or the bitterness that lasted for decades. Bret the Hitman Hart didn't just play a wrestler, he was the guardian of the sport's dignity. He called himself the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. But in a world of giants and showmen, how did a technician from Calgary become the most respected and most betrayed man in history? Let's take a look at the pink and black attack. Bret didn't choose wrestling. Wrestling chose him. Growing up in the infamous dungeon of his father, Stu Hart, Bret learned that the ring was a place of pain and precision. The Hart Foundation, he started as a tag team specialist. While others relied on muscles and mountain-sized personalities, Bret relied on the sharpshooter and the logic of a surgeon. In the early 90s, when the industry was rocked by scandals, Vince McMahon needed a hero who was real. Bret Hart was that man. His matches against Mr. Perfect and his own brother, Owen Hart, are still studied in wrestling schools today as the gold standard of technical storytelling. In the early 90s, the WWE was facing an identity crisis. The era of 300-pound giants and cartoon characters was dying, and a steroid scandal was threatening to bring down Vince McMahon's empire. The company needed a new hero, not a bodybuilder, but a wrestler. Enter Bret the Hitman Hart. Today we dive into how the excellence of execution carried the WWE on his back during the most uncertain time in its history, the New Generation era. By 1993, Hulk Hogan was out, and the larger-than-life era was fading. Vince McMahon had to pivot. He looked towards smaller, more athletic performers who could actually tell a story in the ring. Bret Hart wasn't just a wrestler, he was a craftsman. While Hogan had the leg drop, Bret had 1,000 different ways to break you down. King of the Ring 1993. This was the night Bret became the undisputed king of the new era, wrestling 3 different styles in one night against Razor Ramon, Mr. Perfect, and Bam Bam Bigelow. It proved that work rate was the new currency. The New Generation era was defined by Bret's legendary feuds, the sibling rivalry that set the world on fire. Their match at WrestleMania 10 is still considered by many to be the greatest opening match in history. It wasn't about fireworks, it was about pure technical wrestling. At WrestleMania 12, Bret and Shawn Michaels went 60 minutes. This match divided fans but solidified the New Generation as an era of endurance and elite skill. As the era transitioned toward the Attitude Era in 1997, Bret's character became the most complex in TV history. A hero in Canada, but a villain in the United States. Without Bret Hart, there is no New Generation. He gave the WWE legitimacy when the world was looking at wrestling as a joke. He proved that you didn't need to be 7 feet tall to be a world champion. You just had to be the best technician in the room. Bret was the bridge between the old-school territory days and the chaotic Attitude Era. He brought the grit, the pink and black gear, and the sharpshooter into every living room in America. Bret Hart's run in the New Generation era is the reason why many of us fell in love with technical wrestling. He was the anchor in a storm WrestleMania 13. His submission match against Stone Cold Steve Austin didn't just win a trophy, it gave birth to the Attitude Era. That double turn, where the hero became the villain and the villain became the hero, is arguably the greatest piece of storytelling ever put on canvas. Then came November 9th, 1997, the Survivor Series, the day the business changed forever. Bret was leaving for WCW, but refused to lose his title to Shawn Michaels in his home country of Canada. We all know what happened. Vince McMahon ordered the bell to be rung while Bret was in his own move, the sharpshooter. Bret spat in Vince's face. He destroyed the ringside equipment. He punched the boss in the locker room. It wasn't just a career setback, it was the death of a man's faith in loyalty. Bret's time in WCW was a tragedy of errors. They had the best wrestler in the world and didn't know how to use him. The death of Owen Hart. In 1999, Bret lost his brother in a tragic stunt gone wrong. The heart went out of the Hitman's game. The Goldberg kick. At Starrcade 99, a stiff mule kick from Goldberg resulted in a severe concussion that ended Bret's career. The excellence of execution was forced to hang up the boots not on his terms, but because of a freak injury. A motorcycle accident in 2002 led to a massive stroke, proving that Bret's toughest fights were often outside the ring. Bret Hart's career didn't have the fairy tale ending he deserved, but his legacy is untouchable. Every time you see a wrestler focus on technical skill over size, you're seeing Bret's influence. He was the last of the traditionalists, but I want to hear from you. Was Bret right to refuse to lose in Montreal, or did he take the business too seriously? Let me know in the comments below.